Somebody dropped a roll of nickels in Kentucky, and he's chasing it down feverishly. But Dr. Backley is here. Dr. Backley is a psychologist. Still has the license, right?
I still do.
It's under review, but for the time being, he still has his license to practice psychology. Not psychiatry, but psychology, right?
Do you know the difference?
Yes. Psychiatrists get paid more
You're right.
because they go to school more and they get their hands on the candy closet, right? They can prescribe the drugs.
Medication.
Is that the only difference?
That's the main difference. Yeah. They work from a medical model and we work from a family dynamics model.
Fantastic. All right. So they're the ones who they get paid a little more, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Traditionally.
All right, now that I'm done with Backley, Simon Rex is our guest tonight.
Thanks for having me.
He's from Jack and Jill, of course, on the WB, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock. Simon plays Mikey Russo into the second successful season, and this is a big show for WB, is it not?
It's one of the older shows they have. A lot of their shows tend to be high school or college, and this one's like mid-20s. A little older, but it's opposite Temptation Island.
Oh, you guys are screwed. Yeah.
So
don't watch that. No, you watch it and you tape Temptation Island because that's what you call an evergreen. Whereas Jack and Jill is a day and date type show. You need to know what's going on right now.
I fight with my girlfriend because she wants to watch the show, but I want to watch Temptation Island, and it's not good.
Yeah, I'll tell you that Temptation Island is, and we're only going to dedicate the first 20 minutes of the show to Temptation Island. There is a little bit of heroin sprinkled into that show.
It's bad.
Yeah, but that's it. Wednesday night, you guys all watch Jack and Jill. Screw Temptation Island.
Yeah, our show's a little better morally, I think, than Temptation Island. It's a cute show. It's for girls. It's a cute show for girls. They tend to like it. It's kind of like relationship-y show. Well, 1 hour romantic comedy.
Let's not alienate our audience. For girls and gay guys. Let's be fair. All right, so Jack and Jill and Dr. Backley is here tonight. So tonight, the questions should skew a little more toward the psychological, not so much
relationship issues,
the physical problems. But Chris?
Yes, sir.
You're 23. What's up? You're on Loveline.
Well, my best friend is pregnant, and the father, is a real dick. And hang out with her a lot and everything like that, and she just complains to me constantly about him. She cries on my shoulder like every night about him. She's wanting to fix him, can't do it. And ever since this happened, I've just started to kind of fall in love with her.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what I mean. I know if it comes to it, I know I want to be there for her.
What's their relationship? Are they boyfriend and girlfriend? Are they married?
Yeah, they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of stuck in this rut now, and I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if I need to back off, if I need to come out and tell her how I feel.
Yeah.
Or what.
Yeah. Usually when we hear this problem, it's more that you're having difficulty finding people. Not that you're so much in love with this one person, but that there's such an absence of other people in your life, in your dating life, that you've focused all your energy on this one person. So a little bit of that going on?
Well, yeah, about a year and a half ago, my fiance left me. So
why'd she leave you?
She graduated and went on with her life, and I wasn't ready to move on.
Once she got out of junior high, that was it?
No, yeah.
I see. So it's like you're wounded.
I guess.
And you're looking for a life raft.
You sound wounded.
Yeah.
Well, I've always, she's been my friend forever, and I've always, in the back of my mind,
Yeah, but were you into her before when you were friends with her? What brought you two together?
We've just known each other. We have so much in common. It's insane.
Have you always been? Well, you both think her boyfriend's an a-hole, so you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Right.
He drinks. He's just constantly smoking out. He's dropping acid all the time. She sits there and just jumps all over him for it. Telling him he can't stop. He can't do this, especially when his baby gets around. Constantly doing it.
Right, but you do you guys agree with me? I mean, Dr. Backley, that it sounds like it's more like he doesn't have other opportunities. That's why he's falling in love with her.
Well, I'm not so sure, but he doesn't have other opportunities. I think you're pretty close to this woman, right?
Yes.
And you have been for a long time, and it makes some sense to me that you're pretty connected to her and get pretty upset at him. You've got kind of a dilemma, though, because I don't know, how much do you talk with her about her relationship with him?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit, especially now, especially since since she is with child, so it's...
All right, but listen, hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Here's the bottom line. First off, something's wrong with her. She wouldn't be with this a-hole if there wasn't something up with her. You understand? I know it's easy to pin it all on him, but there's a reason why she has his baby in her and why she's stuck with this guy over the months or over the years.
It's because he gets good acid.
Right. He knows how to score. He knows a dude at the park. Oh, Chris, you got to look at that in her. And you should look at the fact that you two have known each other for quite a number of years and nothing's ever happened. You know what I mean? I mean, whose fault is that? What's going on? How come you never made a move?
I don't know. And I'm wishing I would have, now, but...
Right. All right, but what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I am a student and work at a local home improvement warehouse.
Oh, man. Oh, I hate you guys. You never know anything.
Dad?
Listen, you need to find, you're like 2 good dates with someone you like away from getting yourself out of this mess. Because you're going to get yourself in a mess. This guy's liable to take a shot at you. You're going to end up raising this kid. It's not going to be your own. She's got trouble. That's why she's with this abusive, addicted guy. I mean, you really got to look at what you're getting yourself into. Can't you just go out and ask somebody from, like, the plumbing department to date you or something? I mean, can't you move around? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You're not dating. You got jilted a year and a half ago. Your fiance dumped you, and now you're putting all your eggs in her basket, and her basket is full.
Yeah, but you can still be her friend, be supportive, but get out there and start dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an old saying. It goes, on one hand, I want a Hyundai. It means do not fool around with the pregnant woman.
No, it doesn't. Graham?
Swahili.
Yeah. What's up, Adam?
You're 13. How's it going?
Hey, I think you rule, Adam.
Why, thanks.
I think you're awesome.
You know, I'd appreciate if you could write my name on your shoe.
I did.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, I did.
I consider that the highest praise.
I wrote you on my right shoe, and I wrote Jimmy Kimmel's name on my left shoe.
Okay. Yeah, and who's on your notebook?
You are.
Okay.
I got a big picture of you from some magazine.
Thank you.
I don't know what it is.
There you go.
All right. My question is, my teacher, I believe she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
And, I think she's a lesbian because, 3 things. One is she doesn't have a boyfriend. She's about 30. She's not married. The other one is that she has a whole bunch of women posted on her cabinet, and that's not a good sign. And the other one is that her screensaver on her computer, it plays Indigo Girls and Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Adam? You think that's a lesbo?
Yeah, it's lesbo. Now your next moves, you got to get a posse together.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get torches and pitchforks.
Is she hot?
You gotta get together and run her out of town.
I thought she was hot at the beginning, but no. After you find out they're lesbians, they're not.
How old are you?
13.
13.
Yeah,
Can't you just eat junk food and whack off? You really have to do an undercover investigation on the sexual proclivity of your teachers?
Only one of them. And the junk food part is wrong, but I do jack off.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Graham. Thanks for being so forthright.
Oh, yeah.
This is a guy who's 13, and where's he from? He's from Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, you hear about guys from Georgia getting married at 15 and 16, and you think, geez, it's so young. But this guy at 13 sounded like he was at least 30. Like he could tell you about Vietnam, drove a truck for a few years.
He cracked the case.
Yeah, there may be some gay teachers out there, too, we should put Graham on. All right, David?
Yes, hi, Adam.
Yes, you're 29.
You're the true liberated male.
Thank you.
Hey, what can I say? I had a moral compass question pertaining to a friend of 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been, we talk about everything. I mean, if it's a fetish, we'll talk about it, and then we go over the whole background of it.
There's your male friend?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he's been buying the underwear of his ex-girlfriend's 5-year-old girl at $15 a pop.
Mm-hmm.
So he can sniff them and jack off to them.
Right, right. The good news is he gets 3 for $40. So, I mean, you know, he is buying in bulk and saving. Yeah, I don't believe you, David.
No, this is it.
This is nonsense.
No, he is. He said. I said, well, you're not a pedophile, are you? And he said, no, I'm not a pedophile. But as he thinks back, he says that he remembers in daycare when the daycare provider would stretch back the panties of the young girls and check to see if they had wiped or if they had gone in their panties.
Sure, standard practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
So he says he remembers that.
all right. Hey, David.
Yeah.
You sure there's not a lesbian teacher you don't want out somewhere in Georgia, or you got to work on this guy?
I'm not narrow-minded against homosexuals.
I see. Now, this friend of yours, this is his ex-girlfriend?
That's correct. She's
And it's-
a speed freak, so
I see.
she can use every bit of money.
And it's her daughter,
Right.
but it's not his daughter.
No.
This is his ex-girlfriend's daughter.
Her mom has custody of the child because she had drug problems for quite a while.
I see. So this isn't, the girl isn't even with her. She's with her mom.
That's her grandma.
Right, her grandmother, and the girl's grandmother, the little girl's grandmother. And this girl then gets the soiled panties of the 4-year-old.
5-year-old.
5-year-old. Oh, well, that's different.
Oh,
that's okay.
yeah,
5?
that's a
I
whole
thought he said
unit.
4. No, 5's fine.
5's cool.
Just crossed the border there.
So where should I tell him his moral compass rests?
Well, it's probably in Satan's ass.
Yeah,
as
is
far
there
as
criminal
which compass is.
prosecution in there somewhere? If by some chance the mother got sober and decided to tell, and what's wrong with her? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well, there's the whole litany of problems here. One is you're hanging around with a guy who purchases used 5-year-old underpants.
Yeah.
And then number 2, I don't believe you at all.
Oh,
Yes. And number 3, I'll see you in hell.
okay.
All right?
All right.
David, you idiot. I usually use Drew as my sort of screwball meter over here, but we're a little short-handed tonight. And that was amusing. I'm fine. Listen, you want to call this show with bogus calls? That's fine. I got to kill 2 hours. I'd rather do it with an amusing bogus call than an unamusing real call.
How do you know when they're lying? Because it sounded like he was just about to laugh the whole time. Is
That's part of it. The part is like there's no attachment to the real question.
right?
But he had a few of his facts in order. It's all right with that.
Did his homework.
Dominique?
Dominic, it's Monique.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay, hon.
Computers.
What's up there? You're 28.
Yeah, I'm bipolar,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times they say people who are bipolar can't hold on to relationships for very long because of the way, I don't know, people kind of think that we're crazy or whatever.
Right.
But, I mean, for one thing, I'm the type of woman that won't put up with stuff. With
Hold
men.
on. Let me write that
Yeah.
down. You're the kind of woman that doesn't put up with stuff?
Well, BS, you know.
I see.
Men, when they can get to you and start treating you wrong,
Right.
I won't. I'm like gone. I'm not going to put up with it.
Good.
Good
That's
for you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Number
And,
2.
When I tend to tell them that I have this being bipolar, they're like, "Oh, you know, she's crazy or something."
Right.
You know, and I mean, I haven't had a serious relationship in like 10 years.
Yeah. Well, do you have to tell them you're bipolar so soon into the relationship?
I don't. After a while, I'll be in a relationship for like maybe before I even say anything, I'll say after maybe 3 months or 4 months. You know, they kind of, because we get the mood swings and the.
Yeah, are you on medication?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Are you under treatment for it?
Yes, I am.
And you're on medication?
Yes.
And how stable have you been?
Oh, I've been stable. Well, the last time I was hospitalized was back in '92.
Uh-huh.
It was a good year.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Well, a big year for bipolars. Most women are bipolar, aren't they? I mean, listen, there's something emotionally wrong with almost every woman. At least you can put a title on this one so you know where to approach it from. That doesn't sound like such a bad thing. Plus, I'd like to be with someone who's bipolar just so I could say, like, because it'd be like, what movie do you want to see? And then I see some crappy relationship. And no. See, that's just the bipolar talking. I'd use that for vacations. I'd use it for dinner reservations. I'd use it for everything.
It just seems as though every time I get into a relationship, I just tend to like I said, I won't put up with any of it, and I'm just gone.
All right. Well, listen, who are you hooking up with?
Like age-wise?
Well, what kind of guys? They don't sound like great guys.
Well, actually, sometimes they may be a few years younger, or I've been trying to date older men now.
What are you doing now? Are you working?
I'm going back to school.
Uh-oh. That's a disaster. Where, junior college?
I'm going to start out.
No, you'll start out, you'll end there, too.
Pardon me?
Everyone starts out at junior colleges, and then 18 years later, guess where they are?
Yeah, bad move, Monique.
Junior college.
I know. They say that they end up staying there for a long time.
You'll be the smartest one in your class. That's the good news. But the bad news is you'll never go anywhere. Forget about that college. What are you doing for a living now?
Right now, I'm managing a music store.
Fine. Now, really?
Yeah.
Now, what's the big sellers these days?
The big sellers, oh, God, there's a lot of rap and mainly rap.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's hard times, Monique.
Yeah. So listen, you're doing your work, you're taking your medication, you're seeing your therapist.
Yeah.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
All right. Don't listen.
It's hard just trying to have a relationship with men.
I know, but you got to watch the ones you pick, right? Right,
absolutely.
Well,
and
like
I would think that it's.
I do pick them. I won't put up with it. If they start acting, they're gone.
We got that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, you seem to be really assertive about not taking anything from any guys. What exactly do they give you that's so bad that you get rid of them?
Well, if they start to disrespect me in a way I don't like, because I'm totally into respect. I respect myself, and
right.
You know, if they even seem to, I mean, I won't. I'm like, I mean, I used to have one night stands and like kind of do the you know.
All right. Hey, Monique.
But I mean, I don't do that anymore. I learned my lesson as far as that's concerned.
Listen.
I know not to be that.
Quiet down there. She's like the she Unabomber, and this is something the manifesto. Listen, I don't respect people that don't like being respected. That's first off. But number two, just find a guy who's not going to give you crap, and then you won't have to dump him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be so defensive.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And forget about that junior college.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think I should go back to school?
Waste of time.
Do you think I should try a university?
No, I don't agree with people trying to better themselves. I really don't. I frown on that. You know, it's the same way I feel about reading. It poisons the mind. Matt?
Yeah.
You're 18.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I guess about a year ago, I just found this out today, that my girlfriend, it was a little over a year ago, she was at a party, and she had, I guess she was high and drunk and whatever, and she was taken advantage of by an older guy. She was basically raped. She says it's not a big deal. It's affecting our relationship already. It affects her sexually.
This is your girlfriend of how long?
We've only been going out like a couple months.
I see.
And how old is she?
She's 16.
16. And this happened to her how many months ago?
She said about like a year and a half ago.
So she was 14 and change?
Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And why did she tell you about this?
She didn't tell me. I guessed it because I could tell something was wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically we were doing our thing, you know.
Sure.
And she didn't seem like she was getting into it, and I asked her, I was like, you know, what's wrong? And she wouldn't tell me, and I basically said, look, you know, flat out I told her, have you ever been sexually abused or raped before? And she just kind of had that look on her face, and I could tell, and I got it out of her. And
right.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the question, though. You know, this was an incident that happened when she was 14 and whatever, but what was she doing loaded at a party at 14? What kind of family does she come from? I mean, it may not just be this incident. Something may have happened before this, or may be connected to the kind of environment that she grew up in. Where's her dad?
He's at home. She lives with both her parents. Her dad's an engineer, and her mom's
Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. And what kind of engineer?
Mechanical.
Aha! Yeah, don't trust those mechanical engineers as far as I can throw them.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It really is. Yeah. What's her mom?
She's a dental hygienist.
Oh my God!
God.
It's nitroglycerin and sulfur being combined. Really, the dental hygienist, mechanical engineer job. It really is.
Matt, has she gotten some treatment? Has she talked with anybody about it besides you?
I'm the only other person that knows.
Yeah, that may be really helpful for you to try to encourage her to do that.
To tell other people?
Well, to talk to see if there's a need for her to talk with someone else.
Yeah. Do you have a bullhorn?
Yeah, to talk with a therapist about it.
Yeah.
And to try to work through it. There also are rape crisis centers throughout most of the country, and she can go talk to someone totally anonymously.
Okay.
And that can be really helpful, especially when it happens at such a young age.
Hey, but Matt.
Yeah.
Don't make it the hub that your relationship revolves around. Do you know what I'm saying? I know it's something you're unhappy about. You're freaked out. You got a lot of testosterone coursing through your veins, and you got a lot of energy about it. And she's kind of freaked out about it, but maybe she doesn't want to deal with it as much as you want to deal with it.
Right.
Don't make it enter every conversation and every intimate embrace. Do you know what I mean? I mean, try to help her out, but you got to go at her speed.
Right.
All right, there, Matt. Hey, and Matt.
What?
This is my new advice to all screwball 18-year-old guys who call this show.
What?
You're not marrying her.
Yeah.
Don't freak out.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? This relationship's going to be over in 6 months. Outside. The over-under is 3.5 months. Do you hear me?
Yep.
Enjoy yourself.
All right, thanks.
Don't spend the entire relationship trying to sort out her past and the events of her life.
Yeah, go play video game.
Yeah, play video game, smoke some weed, eat some Funyuns, and have some sex and enjoy, and you guys will be broken up in 4 months anyway.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for the advice.
That's right. Live like someone's going to kill you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. There you go. That's my motto. Yes, that's right. All right. We'll take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to Crystal. She's got a question. She wants to know. Oh, no. I don't want to talk to her. She's cutting on herself.
Yeah.
I'm this close to cutting on myself because of this show. My therapist going to know why I'm cutting on myself. So I talk to too many other people that cut. Monkey see, monkey do. It's a peer pressure thing. When you talk to 20 people a night that cut, you think it's a good idea.
You're going to go home and do it.
Now, who are we going to talk to, Backley?
All
So
right,
you just got married without parents knowing? Yeah, that sounds good.
Here?
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go.
Hot
I'll
topic.
speak to Deidre. Simon Rex is here from Jack and Jill. Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock, WWWB. Backley's filling in for Dr. Drew, and we'll be back with Deidre after this. Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Backley. Dr. Backley's filling in for Dr. Drew, and as Dr. Backley was reminding me during the commercial that he's known Drew since the 5th grade when they both entered the Little Lord Fauntleroy's School for Albino Hemophiliacs that Drew graduated from in, what was that, 1957? 1958?
76, huh?
1976, and then you knew him all those years.
Absolutely.
And then you went your separate ways. He went off to...
he went to Amherst and then got into acting and then...
He got into acting, did he?
Yeah.
Jeez, he's horrible. I'd like to sue that Amherst for his horrible acting.
He's a good singer.
He sings well, but he couldn't act his way out of a paper bag.
He was
really
a star of the high school plays, actually.
I really find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was, what is that?
Tevye?
Tevye.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want. A big,
Crazy times.
big blonde Aryan-looking guy playing Tevye. That works great. Yeah, goose stepping around the stage. Perfect. Simon Rex is our guest tonight. He is from Jack and Jill, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock on the WB. Mike Russo is the part that Simon plays on the show.
Please
Yes,
don't
Simon,
watch
go ahead.
Temptation Island, anybody.
No. Oh, what a pain. You know what I hate most about those ideas? I don't mind whether it be a movie or a TV show making a ton of money as long as they spent a ton of money on it.
Right.
I don't mind when a movie makes $150 million as long as they spent $85 million on it. But once in a while I hear about that Blair Witch or a Temptation Island, which probably cost 50 cents. They shut the whole thing in 11 days.
Yeah.
And oh my God, are they making some money off of that show? And that drives me nuts because that's an idea that we could have had. Do you understand?
That's very true.
But Dr. Backley, you'll appreciate this because I think the real show in Temptation Island is now that they wrap filming. You know the way this town works. They finished 9 months ago.
Right.
This thing was all wrapped up. Now all these temptresses that were on the island, all these models, all these actresses who are single are back in L.A. Most of them probably have boyfriends, and they have to sit there every Wednesday night and watch their girlfriend go to the tiki hut with the strange man and go through the oil massage and bizarre ritualistic motions with him.
And then flip back to Jack and Jill.
And then flip back to Jack and Jill. But these guys must be freaked out. Can you imagine that? It's real. It's like you've been dating a prostitute. Deidre?
Hi.
You're 18?
Yep.
You just got married?
Yeah.
And you didn't tell your parents?
It's a really bad situation between my parents and I. I was like a foster kid for a couple of years, but I just got married, and he had to go into the military. That's not why we got married, but as to be a dependent, we had to do that so I could get some of the money to pay off the bills and stuff, which is why he went in.
Right. So it is kind of why you got married.
Kind of.
Yeah. All right.
Besides the fact that we were going to anyway.
Sure.
I have to go home to my parents this Friday, actually. And,
Good. Yeah. Why?
I can't afford the apartment on my own.
I see. So you have to move back in with your parents?
Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
Oregon?
Just painting the picture, babe. Just painting the picture.
All right.
And what is it? Your parents were unfit at some part of your life, so you had to go into foster care?
Basically, yeah.
And you hate your parents?
Not really, but
You loathe them. You have slow-burning, seething hate for them.
No, I'm just confused.
You don't like them. And what were they, drug addicts?
Yeah, drug addicts, alcoholics.
Right. So
rock and roll.
What are you worried about?
Well,
You don't owe them anything.
no, it's just,
But don't tell them you got married.
this is true. It's just, well, they're probably going to notice the ring on my finger.
Yeah.
Why not tell them? What's the fear about it?
They filed for divorce the day I got married, so they're getting divorced now. So they're probably really tense about this. They knew that we were going to get married someday, and they were really against it.
Why?
They don't think that I'm able to live on my own, basically.
Well, even someday?
Yeah.
I mean, did they have a problem with your husband?
They kind of do, yeah, because I'm with him and not them.
Really? Do they really miss you that much? I mean, they gave you up. They were drug addicts. They gave you up to foster care for a few years.
I really don't know. They're confusing as all hell.
Did you see Meet the Parents?
Yes, I did, and it was a horrible movie.
Yeah, brought back all sorts of all sorts of memories, huh? Listen, Deidre, here's what I think. But Backley, you weigh in too.
Okay.
You're angry as hell at your parents. You probably should be. Why not? My dad missed a couple of Pop Warner football games. I'm not done punishing him. It's been 28 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you don't really want to admit that, but you sure as hell are going to tell him you got married when you come back into the house. You don't have to. You could take that ring off, put it in your pocket, ride it out for a few months, and you wouldn't have to do it, but you're going to tell him. You're going to tell him. And you're going to tell him because you're going to get a big reaction out of him because that's what you're looking for.
You think so?
I know so.
Well, and you've got a lot more to deal with your parents than the fact that you're married.
I also don't know how to handle the reaction, though. I mean, because it might put me, out of the house, and then I won't.
Why would you risk telling him? Why not just ride it out? You're only going to be there for a couple months, right?
Well, yeah, but they could find out.
How could they?
His family.
Do they contact your parents?
Sometimes my mother contacts them when she's drinking a lot.
Did you see Meet the Parents?
Yeah.
Why don't you call them? Why don't you call call your husband and tell him to talk to his mom? Tell him mom's the word. All right.
Do you have any other options of where you can go?
Oh, no.
Why don't you get a job?
I do have a job, but it won't pay for the house and the bills.
Well, what are you doing? You don't have any kids, right?
No.
You don't have much overhead.
For God's sakes, you're 18.
Yeah, just get a semi-decent job and get a roommate if
Listen,
you have to.
I was 18 for about a year, and I'm going to tell you something. 19 is no walk through the park either, Cynthia.
No, and Simon was it's Deidre, but Simon was 18 when he saw him meet the parents, coincidentally. Hey, Deidre.
Yeah.
There's more going on here than meets the ear. If you really don't like your parents, you really fear the way they're going to react, you really can't stand being under their thumb, your mom's still an alcoholic, don't move back in with them. Work a few more hours, get a roommate, and stay out on your own.
Okay.
You're 18 now, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Go see Meet the Parents.
She's going to pay him back. I think it's out on DVD soon, by the way. All right, let's talk to Mike, who's 32. Mike?
Hello?
Yeah, you're 32. What's up?
Well, I've got a psychology question, basically. I'm wondering, I'm actually divorced now, but when I was married, it was really, exciting for me to think about my wife sleeping with somebody else. And it seems to be a really common thing. All of, Penthouse Letters is devoted to that now, pretty much. And I'm just wondering why. What's going on with that?
Why that was titillating for you?
Yeah, and for so many people, it seems to be such a common fantasy.
Well, the same guy writes all the letters, so that's why there's a popular theme.
Yeah.
What was your relationship like with your wife?
Well, we never really.
I mean, sexually.
Oh, sexually? Well, it was pretty sexual. Yeah, we had quite a bit of sex, and it was really
sexual.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well,
I hope so.
And don't you guys think that it's a common fantasy for a lot of men this is a common fantasy? It doesn't probably mean all that much.
To see their girlfriend with another
I don't know if it's a common fantasy.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
don't know
Well, me neither. I mean, no, what I'm saying is a lot of guys will want to know, who their girlfriend's been with in the past. For instance, it'll be a big bone of contention for them, and they'll think about it. And I don't know that they wish that the person, maybe fantasy is not quite the right word, but sometimes things enter your mind sexually that aren't exactly the way you'd like them to be, but yet they're there anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
I have that problem.
Yeah, we all have that problem.
It's an ego thing a little. Is it, because it was before, it shouldn't matter. It's not like it happened while you were,
Right.
Or was it happening while you were with your wife?
Hopefully not.
Mike?
Was it happening when you were with her?
Well, no, it was just a fantasy thing that we had, basically. And I don't know, from what I understand, it seems like it's a lot of guys have that fantasy. And
sure. I mean, if you read Penthouse, you'll know. And Penthouse might as well be the New England Journal of Medicine, really. I mean, you really get most of your psychological facts from that publication. Am I right, Doctor?
Absolutely.
I mean, you stopped subscribing to JAMA and just started reading Penthouse exclusively.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, especially if
a
they
lot
have
of truth in there.
Yeah, well, it's a magazine where women pee on each other, so you know everything that's in it is true. Hey, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, stop basing your life on Penthouse Forum, all right?
I'll try.
Okay, you got a little, you have some issues with women, maybe?
Well, yeah, I have, I think, some probably sexual momentum, too, from some stuff in my past, so.
All right, so why don't you're divorced now,
get
right?
over and work through your divorce as well.
Yeah, why don't you get a little therapy?
Yeah, I am.
And talk about it to your therapist and work it out. Stop bothering us.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. That's really my overall message tonight.
Stop bothering us?
Well, I actually mean me. If I really want to define it, it's me.
Get a little therapy is what I thought was your message.
Get a little therapy. Stop bothering me. All right. Rachel.
Hi.
Yes,
Sorry,
you're
there's
15,
a train right
yes.
now. Just a sec, there's a train.
Where? Yeah, you calling from London?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. No, it's not. Oh, I'm sorry.
Like you're in a bad movie.
That is...
It's just been on hold for...
All right, can you guys understand what I'm saying? Because I'll just start talking.
Okay.
Go for it.
Is that okay? Okay, this summer I did some acid. I had done it previously, but now I still hallucinate on a regular basis.
Yeah. What do you do? I bet you freak out and you think you hear trains and things like that.
Yeah,
Right?
it's really, really hard, especially when I start, thinking everybody else is hearing it too.
Right,
No.
the train.
Yeah.
No. I just I'll look at carpet and it rolls and it pulls me in with it, and it's it's really hard. I'll sit in class and I'll be looking at the teacher and I just stare and I can't get out of this gaze.
And is this just from doing acid once or doing it a few times?
I did a really large dose of acid, and I had done it previously 6 times before that.
I see.
It could just be once that it could do that. I know a guy went crazy off one time.
Yeah, Jordan Rubin's the guy's name. I know him, too. His mind is fried now. He's a total bust.
But
I mean, he was not the sharpest pencil in the bunch, before.
But it didn't help.
But now it's really dull, yeah. Yeah, sorry, Rachel, go ahead.
It's okay. But my main question is I know there could be some past psychological reasons why I wanted to do acid, but...
Why? Why do you think that is?
But first, I want to know how I can fix it. Like, is there any medication I can take to even it out?
Well, now, Backley, do you deal with this? I know a certain amount from secondhand and from watching Gilligan's Island.
Go ahead with it.
Well, here's my Gilligan's Island answer. When Gilligan got hit on the head with a coconut and he got amnesia, the only way to cure it is to be hit on the head again with a coconut. So to me, that means another large dose of acid.
Yeah.
No, but that may not work out.
I don't think that's the answer.
Okay, all right. Well, here's what could be the answer. And, again, this is just regurgitated from sitting next to that dreamboat Dr. Drew for all those years. You, unfortunately, could have done some permanent damage to yourself, okay? And if that's true, then you're going to need to be on some kind of medication that Dr. Backley could have prescribed if he'd stayed in school longer. Instead, he disappointed his family and really the better part of the country by dropping out early and just becoming a psychologist. But you may have to consult a psychiatrist because there are medications that you may have to be on in order to sort of stabilize your condition. Hopefully, this is going to go away, but there's really nothing you can do other than don't do more drugs to get it to go away.
I promise that I'm not.
Good. Now, then you just have to live with it for a little while, and if it still persists, you have to go see a psychiatrist, and you have to see about, or a physician, and see about getting on some drugs that are going to stabilize this.
All right.
You understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right. And where do you live? Are you calling from your house?
Yeah.
And
I live in Oregon.
And are you that close to the train tracks? Really?
Oh, yes. I am that close to the train tracks.
Yes.
I would take acid, too.
Yes. I mean, yeah, you need to escape somehow. Yes. I would sue my parents if they bought a house that close to the train tracks. And
if I could.
And for now, just buy more Grateful Dead CDs. You'll be okay.
No.
Rachel, does that train go by every night at 10:40?
Oh, God. Every night, 10:40, 10:45.
It's like a scene from the Blues Brothers. I really would think about suing my parents if I were you.
This is a great script.
All right. Rachel?
Don't get rid of me yet.
No, I have to get rid of you.
Oh, please don't, Adam.
Okay.
It's kicking in again, Adam.
No, listen. You try that stuff when you're 18. Maybe it'll work. Okay. Rachel?
It's psychological.
Listen to me.
I'm begging you.
But what do you want me to do with you? Do you want us just to chit-chat all night?
No, but it's just quickly. Are you going to let me go on?
No, that's it for you. What is your question? Is it a sexual question?
No.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, I got to go then.
She's having flashbacks.
No,
listen, yes.
When I was about 7, my parents gave me too much cold medicine, and I started hallucinating. And I didn't tell them. I just sat there and, kind of enjoyed the show.
Right.
And so I had been talking to my counselor about this, but we hadn't really got to the initial discussion about it yet.
Right.
Enjoyed the show.
Yeah. So I wondered, psychologically, have I been, living my whole life wanting to hallucinate since then?
You mean maybe you fired some sort of motor up in your 7-year-old mind that wanted to be fed hallucinogens?
I wouldn't think so.
Again, something that could be mentioned in the lawsuit against your parents. Now you got living dangerously close to train tracks and
you're talking to a counselor, right?
Yeah.
And are you talking to the counselor honestly about the acid?
Yeah, but it's not really helping at all.
All right, but tell the counselor you may want to get a medical evaluation and see about taking something to stabilize this.
Read Harry Potter, get a massage.
All right?
All right, thank you guys very much.
Long walks on the tracks. All right.
Okay.
Never look up. Always look down when you walk. Just
all right.
Count those ties. Never go more than 5 ahead, all right?
Okay.
All right, Rachel. Take care of yourself.
You too.
All right. Simon Rex is our guest tonight. He is from Jack and Jill, WB, Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. Dr. Backley's here filling in for Dr. Drew. We will take ourselves a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Ann. Guys just want to have sex with her, wondering what's up after this. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Backley filling in for Dr. Drew. Known him since the 5th grade by Crackham. And Rex Simon's our guest tonight. He is from Jack and Jill, WB, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock. And when we left off, we were talking to Annie, who's 18. Annie? Is that Annie or Ann?
It's Ann.
How you doing there, Ann?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Okay, my question is, well, I've been in numerous serious relationships, and every time, we get to the point where we're going to have sex, the guy ends up just backing out, and he's like, well, no, I can't do this to you, and he's like, you're just too sweet.
Do you have a penis?
Do I? No.
No? All right,
actually,
check that off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I figured you'd ask me if I was fat or goofy looking, and no, I'm not.
No, I wasn't going to do that. Are you fat, though?
No.
Are you goofy looking?
Not goofy looking? Or fat? Okay. And they stop. Do you have weird teeth? Because that'll freak a guy out, too.
No, actually, I have perfect teeth. I just had them done.
I see.
How about down there? Is it really crazy?
No, not at all.
All right. Nothing unusual going on in the nether regions?
No.
I see. He doesn't see his own reflection down there or anything that can spook a guy?
No.
No. All right. So what do you think this is?
I have no idea. That's why I was going to call and ask you.
Why do you want to have sex with these guys?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I was ready every time, and...
What's that mean to you?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Cup of coffee?
I'm wondering if you're sending some messages that you're not ready.
Oh, no. But listen, guy doesn't care. I mean, if she's naked, he's on top of her. Forget it. We could talk to people all night who have sex with people who definitely aren't ready.
You never hear about girls raping guys, you know?
Not as much as you'd like to hear about it. Hey, Ann? Were you naked with these guys?
Yeah.
And they're getting ready to go?
Well, they'd be kind of...
Yeah,
they'd be ready to go, and then, we'd be talking, or not really talking, but I mean, we'd just be going, and,
Did you start talking about Jehovah or anything like that?
At what point do they back out? I'm confused. Is it when the pants go down? Is it what?
No, I mean, everything will be fine. I mean, we'd be going at it for a while, and then then it almost seems like they get a conscience or something, because I tend to...
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Have you been in a lot of serious relationships already?
Oh, well, I've been in 2 really serious relationships, and then,
How old are the guys?
They're about my age.
Okay, this is all this is a guy thing. You've been hooking up with the wrong guys.
Have I?
Yeah, you need to start dating some bikers, some rapists, some guys who are thrown out of the XFL for drug abuse. Those kind of guys. Those are the kind of guys who'll seal the deal. Or if they don't, one of their friends will when they pass out. I mean, that's really what you're looking for. The kind of guy's got a buddy who'll back them up sexually. If something happens to them.
That's hard to find.
It really is in this town. Hey, Ann, nothing sounds wrong with you.
All right.
I think you're fine. I think this is everything to do with the guys, and I suspect you like nice guys.
No, actually, it's the total opposite. I'll go for guys that are really good looking and,
Well, good-looking guys don't have functioning penises. Someone's got to tell all you ladies that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very true. All those guys you're attracted to on TV, not a penis between them.
That's so true.
Not a functioning penis.
Oh, my gosh.
It's just their penis. I mean, it's like the parts they play. They're not real doctors. They're not really on their. They're not really their characters. It's the same with their penis. It doesn't.
It's all
really
smoke
work.
and mirrors.
That's right. Hey, Ann, you sound all right. There's no real answer to this.
Right.
Find a guy you really like, make him a nice guy, make him your boyfriend, have a relationship, and you guys will have tons of sex, all right?
All right.
And then hopefully one day your father can walk in on you and have a heart attack.
Oh,
okay?
I hope not.
All right, baby. Take care of yourself.
You too.
Good times. All right, we're going to take a little break. Simon Rex is here from the Jack and Jill and the WB. Dr. Barkley. Dr. Backley. You should really pick a direction with that name. It's like 3 names. It's totally non-committal. You know what I mean? Let's go Barkley or Baklava or Backley or Bacalopolis, something. We'll all be back after this. Yep, it is Loveline.
Oh, that was funky. I like that intro there.
Yeah, it's nice. Who is that, Anderson? Oh, it's Rage Against the Machine.
Sounds like my friends, the Dilated Peoples. Good group out of L.A.
Really?
That was a shameless plug, wasn't it?
Yeah, go ahead. They got a website?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Simon Rex is our guest tonight. I had the instinct to call him Rex Simon for just one moment.
You did earlier, but I let it go.
I think I did do that.
It went right by. I just let it go, man. It happens all the time because it's 2 first names, sort of. It's confusing.
Even Rex is more of a first name than Simon is.
If you were a shaggy dog.
Yeah. Simon Rex here from Jack and Jill, Wednesday nights, WB, and 9 o'clock, yes.
It's said to be the greatest television show in history.
That's what the buzz is. No one's actually seen it, so we can't get a confirmation on that. But there is a buzz about the show from mostly the crew.
Yeah.
But there is still a pretty strong buzz about the show.
The writers love it.
Dr. Backley is here tonight. Dr. Backley's filling in for Dr. Drew. He's a psychologist, and he has known our beloved Dr. Drew since the 5th grade when Dr. Drew transferred over to the school that they went to then until the 12th grade, right? And were you guys friends?
Absolutely.
From that point on? I mean, 5th
All
grade
the way
on?
through. We played football together. He was president of the student body, and I was vice president.
Really?
I taught him everything he knew.
Wow. Drew, you know,
I was his Al Gore.
I've seen the pictures of Drew, and he didn't look like a leader back then.
Oh, he was. Definitely.
Compared to the alpha male he is now?
Right. Yeah, with the glasses and the J. Crew sweatsuit. But he did all the school plays. He did the musicals. He played on the basketball team. Played on the football team. Oh, my God. What his brag sheet must have looked like. Always a pleaser. That's what he's doing. Never could please his dad, though. Albert, you're 19. What's up?
Well, what it is each time when I'm with a girl, I imagine that my penis isn't big enough to satisfy her. You know what I mean?
You calling from a cell phone?
Yeah.
All right, so when you're with a girl, you imagine your penis isn't big enough?
Yeah, I mean, the rubbers fit fine and everything, but it's just that I imagine in my mind that I'm not big enough to satisfy her, like, girth-wise.
I see. And why do you think that?
I couldn't tell you. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, why are you so focused on your penis? I mean, don't you think this is more just an overall problem with self-esteem?
It might be. I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah, so why don't you feel good about yourself?
I mean, I'm good. I guess I'm a good-looking guy. I get quite a bit of girls that, wouldn't mind talking to me, but it's just that part.
We mind talking to you on that cell phone.
Yeah,
you
we
sound
really
like you're in a Star Wars tunnel from hell.
Sorry about that, my work.
All right, I see. Where do you work?
At a hotel.
I see. And what do you do there?
Drive a van back and forth.
I see. You're the shuttle guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a good tip for you guys who drop me off at the airport?
$2.
$2? That's a little rich for my blood. I was talking about more like change. But all right. All right. So you don't have a girlfriend now, though?
No.
Have you had sex with a woman?
Yeah, several times.
I see. And did it work out okay?
I mean, they don't really complain, but
right.
It works fine.
Adam, you have a phantom penis, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I get that "are you in" line a lot as I'm finishing. Yeah, okay. Hey, listen, Albert.
Yeah.
It has less to do with your penis, and I'm going to put him on hold because of his line there, and more to do with his self-esteem. Backley, take it away.
Absolutely. He's way too focused on the size of his penis and what that all means. He needs to focus more on the relationship.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
There's a lot more to it.
He says he's attractive. He gets women. Women are attracted to him.
But it's also it's a real myth that guys have that you've got to have the huge penis or the width of it has to be big, and it's
you just you focus on oral sex is what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what women want. They really do want the oral sex.
Well, there's this saying, I don't know if you guys have heard this one. It's a very rare saying.
Swahili?
It's not the size of the ship, but it's the motion of the ocean. Something I picked up.
Right.
Sounds good.
Right.
That makes perfect sense.
The point is, I've said it all the time, you start the sexual clock when you begin the oral sex. I'm saying this to a lot of these guys that have premature ejaculation, a lot of these guys that don't have a lot of confidence in their penis. They give them the oral sex, finish them off with that undersized penis of yours, and everyone will be happy. All right, let's talk to Jennifer, who's 24. Jennifer?
Yeah?
It's true you like oral sex better than intercourse, right?
Well, yeah.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on. What are you calling about?
I'm really attracted to females lately. I mean, I don't know why. I've always been a heterosexual. I mean, when I was younger, I had feelings toward other women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other girls, but I kind of pushed it away or whatever. And now, I'm like really attracted to females.
Yeah. You have one in mind?
Well, yeah.
You have a girlfriend of yours?
Yeah.
Hot. Have you been into her for a while?
No.
I see.
I mean, it's just more of a recent thing. I don't know why.
All right, well, maybe you're lesbian.
Okay, but if I am, I don't like that.
Yeah, well...
We do.
Yeah. We like watching at least depictions of it in our magazines and movies. Do you, have you ever had an experience with a woman?
Well, when I was a lot younger.
How old?
Well, really young.
How old, goofball?
Like 4.
Uh-huh.
Like from the time I was like 4 till I was 13.
4 to 13?
Mm-hmm.
What was that about? With who?
Well, this friend of our family was really close with another family, and me and her were like close to the same age, and I mean, we both had like a lot of other, like molestation and stuff.
I see. All right. So all bets are off.
Does it have to do with that?
Yes.
Sure.
So I wouldn't be a lesbian.
Well, maybe not in the eyes of God, but your vagina may be a lesbian, even if your soul is not a lesbian. Do you understand?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I just made that up. And
What do you mean?
It made sense at the time.
Beautiful.
No, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I mean. How dare you two laugh? You scoff at my analogies. I will make my point crystal clear right now. There's a certain amount of people that were just born to be lesbians and born to be gay. There really is. And listen, read whatever literature you want. Listen to people argue it out on talk shows. I've been doing this show. I know. I'm telling you. There's a certain percentage of society that was gay from the word go and lesbian from the word go. And then there's another section of society that is gay and lesbian because of the environment, because of what happened to them. You were not born to be a lesbian, but because of things that happened in your upbringing, you now have an attraction for women.
So how do I change it?
It may be hard to.
Embrace it.
Well, but she's not comfortable
But
with
it also may be good to look at those abusive relationships you were in. Have you been in any counseling or any therapy?
A little bit.
And the molestation was done by men?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who did this to you, the molestation?
Well, family friends and my dad and...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those are...
These are huge
issues.
Huge issues.
Right.
Your compass is spinning around like we were doing one of those Devil's Triangle documentaries.
And mine saying north. Oh, sorry, I had to.
Hey, have you seen Meet the Parents? Here's the point. Jennifer,
Yeah.
You've been through a lot. You don't know where your bearings are sexually. You don't know what your proclivity is because you got screwed with so often and so many times and so often. You understand? So you need to get some therapy. You need to work some things out. Don't pick a sexual direction for yourself just yet. Just work some of these feelings out in a therapist's office, and then see how you feel, and then you can make a decision. But don't put the pressure on yourself right now. All right?
Okay.
I mean, no wonder you're confused.
Absolutely.
Your dad molested you, and this girl did, and your dad's buddy. You know what I'm saying? Just get some therapy, work those issues out, okay?
But isn't it going to take, like, forever?
No.
Not at this early age.
No, 30 years, maybe 25. No, it's going to take a few years. Yeah, it is.
Well, sure.
But that's life. That's how it works. You can't expect to get over something like what happened to you in a couple of visits to the shrink. If you could, Backley be out of business. He forbids that kind of speedy help. You understand?
You're going to be okay. I got the feeling you're going to be okay. And that means something.
Yes. He wants no self-actualization in the first 30 visits. That's his motto. No. I mean, of course. I mean, could you imagine, especially to a woman whose wiring is very delicate sexually, having dad come into the room? I mean, of course she's going to be confused.
How many times a day is normal to whack it, would you say?
How old are you?
26.
26? 9 times. Not more than 9 times. 8 or 9 times.
Right on schedule.
Yeah, you doing good?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. No, I'd say, Drew always, I mean, I almost cracked the lens in his glasses when I tell him seriously.
I thought it was going somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, you don't get out of the way, you don't get out of the way. When I start making that train whistle sound, you run for cover. That's the way the game goes. No, I tell Drew, you can put me down for once a day, and occasionally I miss a day, but I have more two-a-days than I do miss-a-days.
You use your imagination or material?
I use my imagination while I use the VCR. Sometimes I have to use my imagination to try to find where the remote is. That's the extent of my imagination.
Right.
Geez, I wonder, let's see if I can picture myself putting that remote somewhere when I was whacking off last time. Jesus Christ, where's that hamper? Let me see if I can visualize the hamper. There we go. Yeah, that's about it. No, I don't need my imagination anymore. I save it for the show so I can share it with the kids. Jan?
Yeah?
You're 24.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, both my father and the man I married were abusive. I left him approximately a year ago, and I have just recently, about a month or two ago, started dating a man. I guess my question is the abusive men that I've known are not traditionally abusive, like in alcoholism or drugs or like their parents beat them. They simply have power complexes. Like my father was extremely religious, and my husband was. He didn't start hitting me till I was about 9 months pregnant with our daughter.
I see.
Good timing.
Yeah. Yeah. Who says chivalry's dead? By the way.
So I guess, it was just a real power thing. I was very insecure at the time when he started hitting me, and so he had all the control.
He really started hitting you when you were 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Wow, what a dynamite guy. And how long ago was this?
Well, I was pregnant when I was 19. So.
I see. And how's your child doing now?
Oh, she's good. My sister's down here helping me. My sister's a wonderful help, so.
I see. All right. And no man in your life right now, then?
Like I said, I just started dating a guy, and I guess I'm curious of the signs, because I tend to go for men that I don't really find necessarily attractive, but I like their personalities. This is how I met my husband.
Right. Well, you like their personality, but it's not so much that you like it, it's that you're attracted to them. And the reason you're attracted to them is because you kind of come from that.
Yeah.
It's not a good part of the human condition that you're attracted to people like your dad's an alcoholic, so you magically end up with an alcoholic. But it seems to be pretty consistent. But I'll tell you whether this guy's an abuser. What kind of car does he drive? El Camino, tradesman van, any kind of van, anything with Bondo or primer on it. What's he drive?
No.
What is it?
He drives a little foreign car.
No, it's probably all right.
Le car?
Yeah, what is it?
He's actually from Africa, so
I see. And does he really? What kind of small car does he drive? Because this makes it's important.
I didn't pay attention to what kind of car it was.
I love that about women. I have no idea what kind of car the guy drives.
Actually, I love cars, but I only sports cars, not.
Yeah, but you've been in his car 40 times, right?
No.
Never been in his car?
No.
Well, what kind of relationship is this if you've never been in his car?
Well, I don't know. We visit a lot. I mean, we don't go out too much because, like I say, I have a daughter. So, I just basically talk to him, and it's not anything serious at the moment. I want to know the signs, like, before I actually get attached and they have the control. Do you understand?
What's he do for a living?
Well, right now he's in school. He goes to college, but he also works at the same place I do. We're both servers.
So he's a waiter, you're a waiter, waitress. And what kind of food does he eat? A lot of meat, a lot of potatoes?
No, actually, he's very healthy.
Salad man.
Huh?
Salad man.
What'd you say?
Salad. He likes salad.
Salad?
Yeah, salad. It's just food you eat before the main meal comes. Sometimes you put something called dressing. Are you writing this down? No, because there's a lot of different times. You got Thousand Island, you got Roquefort.
No.
Temptation Island.
Sandwiches.
He's a sandwich guy? Yeah. So that's not good. Beef dip or turkey?
Turkey.
Oh, turkey? Oh, it's all right.
You want to avoid karate men.
What now?
You want to avoid karate men in general.
Well, if they pronounce it karate, you got trouble. He sounds all right, but the fact that you're attracted to him makes us all a little nervous.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I kind of realize that, and I see like some similarities between him and my husband, like personality-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of freaks me out.
Well, I mean, what is it, though, that you're with a guy and you don't know him? Like, you don't get a vibe off him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I usually go for, like, intellectual conversation. I talk about philosophy, different things. So when I talk with a guy, we just sit down and just chat. And I really don't... I don't know. I mean, I've asked him about his family, and he seems to have a...
No. I'm not talking about grilling the guy for information. I'm talking about getting a vibe off another human being as to whether they can be an aggressive person, an angry person.
If he's wearing boxing gloves to dinner, it's a good sign.
Does he? What sports does he like?
Soccer.
Yeah.
If you break that down, what does that say? Sock her. Not a good start.
That's true.
Oh, no.
That's right. In high school, he played Beat the Bitch, which is it's an African sport. It's not out here. I've seen it on ESPN, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No, listen. Hey, Jan?
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open, but also start trying to trust your vibes and your instincts and stuff. Get to know he's not just a man.
But that's the thing.
He's got a name. He's your boyfriend.
I have great instincts. Like with my family, my mom was dating a guy. I had an awesome instinct about the guy. He was a jerk off, and I knew he was. But when it comes to me seeing it, I just can't.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but they're usually very calm people.
Well, why don't you presume him innocent until proven guilty?
Because by then I'll be attached, and I don't.
Go slow.
I mean, it took me like 4 years to leave the guy I was already with.
All right, but listen, Jan, why what must it be like to be you and go through life not knowing who you're with, worrying that you're going to be attached to an a-hole? I mean, what is that like? You're just blowing in the wind. Can you get a little therapy, read a book, start to find a center? You know what I mean? Start to trust your instincts.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you eventually have to do that, or you're not going to know anybody?
Yeah.
You got to know yourself first. You first have to know yourself. And you can't love anyone until you love me. I thought I was going to say yourself, but I'm talking about me.
You're right.
I like some love, and then you can go ahead and love other people. Once you learn to love me, then you can learn to love other people. That's right.
That's how it works?
Yeah, because I'm in love with the notion of being in love. That's where
heavy.
I'm coming.
That's heavy.
Yeah. Let's just take a beat for that one.
Sure.
Okay, Jim. Caller goes by the name Jim, who's 16.
Oh?
Yes, Jim.
Yeah, I've got like this.
No, you don't. You idiot. This is a bogus call. 2 syllables into it, you jack off. How dare you call this show with your bogus problems and waste our callers' time? What is it?
I've got like a lot of hair on my ass, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it.
I see. It's 16?
Yeah.
It happens.
Not at 16, it doesn't.
I knew this Jewish kid, Yoel, and it was a jungle at the gym.
Oh,
it was a jungle gym.
Yoel. He used to hang out with Guy Dude, bro. I told Drew my ass looked like the opening to the Batcave the other day. You could not see it until I break wind, and then that's when you find the opening. You ever see it? The beginning of Batman, that thing flaps down, it goes right in. When I break wind, that's what it looks like.
That's great.
Yeah, I also told him my ass looked like Santa's mouth. That always grosses Drew out, too. He loves that one.
It's white hair, is it? Or
It will be. A hairy ass already?
Yeah, I think I can almost be in comparison with yours.
Really? What's your nationality? I don't believe it.
I'm Lebanese and Syrian.
I believe it.
All right, game on.
That's a hairy combination.
I see. And, chicks are repulsed by this. You're aware of that?
Yeah.
And you got to go a very tough road to hoe because at 16, that's nothing.
Let me talk to you about something. There's a place called Pink Cheeks in L.A. where you'll wax your ass for you.
Right.
You might want to check into that. I'm trying to help you out here, buddy.
Hey, Jim?
Uh-huh.
Listen, you got to get some shears, like those battery. Don't get the cord ones. Get the battery ones, because I got tied up my nuts once and almost, I had to go to the hospital.
Oh.
You'll get all tangled up down there. I had to have it removed. They cut the circulation off. I was this close to losing my testicles.
Wow.
Jim, you get yourself those battery-operated shears and give yourself a shearing every couple months.
You could
right?
pet it and feed it.
Right.
Name it.
All right there, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, Drew, seriously, Drew always talks about, lasers and all that kind of stuff. But really, who's going to, at 16, get their ass lasered? And who's going to put wax on it? This is nonsense. Let me tell you something. If your ass has hair on it, and it's a lot of hair, then you have to treat it like it's the hair on your head. You don't have to wax your head or get your head laser. You just take that shear thing and, give yourself a marine cut every once in a while. That's all. You should do that. It's good times. My maid loves that because once in a while I shave my ass, and it always says, I always do it in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And then I forget about it.
So you just leave it there?
Yeah, I don't think about it, and I use the shower downstairs, and the maid shows up. It's like, oh, great, he's been shaving his ass. It's great. Yeah, $20 for Christmas? No, that ain't worth it. $100 ain't worth the ass hair detail. But with me, you cannot tell the difference between my ass hair and my head hair.
It's the same, isn't it?
Same hair.
Of course.
Actually, the hair on my ass is a little better. It's more manageable.
A little straighter?
It's a little nicer, yeah. This feels better to the touch. And it really lathers the soap up. Tony? Oh, boy. We're really on a roll with the hashers tonight. Tony. Caller goes by the name of Tony. All right. I'm going to put him back on hold, and we'll go to Cody. Cody's 19. Cody?
Hello?
You're 19. Your girlfriend leaves for a month at a time. You want to know if this is normal?
She calls me up, and she's all like, I miss you, and I want to be with you, and stuff like that. And we'll hang out for like a week, and then she'll just disappear and go to her friend's house and won't call me, and I can't get a hold of her or nothing.
Yeah. She may not be that into you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Does she look at you as her boyfriend?
Yeah, I mean, she'll just be all, okay, we're together now, that's how it is, and then she'll be all and then she'll just go off. She lives with her grandma, and she'll go to a friend, and I can't get a hold of her, and I don't know where she's at or nothing.
How old is she?
She's 18.
I see. And
tough age.
Yeah.
Where does she say that she's going?
She never tells me. She'll make plans. She'll be all, we'll make plans to do something the next day or something, and I call up to say I'm coming over, and she'll just be gone, and her grandma will be all, she's staying at a friend's house.
She might be seeing someone else.
Yeah. Why are you still staying with her?
I don't know.
Well, that's a good thing to look
Listen,
at.
get out there. There's a lot of girls out there in Arizona. Where are you calling from? Arizona?
Bakersfield.
There's a lot of girls in Bakersfield, Jim.
Yeah.
No, man, this is the crappiest town.
No, it is. It's a dump. I don't know. You got to get out of there.
I'm trying.
All right. Do what you can. But listen, why don't you just tell her straight out, you need to know where you stand in the relationship, and if she can't rally, then you get out. All right?
Yeah.
You're so much better than that, Cody.
Yeah, keep your head up, Cody. You're a good man.
That's right.
Can I say one more thing?
All right.
The guy last night, he was all talking about the pimple thing. I got one.
You got a pimple on your penis?
Yeah.
All right. Well, your stock just dropped a little. You're not that great a guy.
Oh.
All right. And it's on the end of your penis like the guy called
No,
last?
it's on my balls. It's like a little whitehead. And
Yeah.
It's like I can pop it, but it won't pop and nothing.
Right. Yeah.
How's that going for you?
I don't know, man. It hurts. I want to get rid of it.
All right. Why don't you try lancing it with a pin? Drew always hates when I tell people to do surgery on themselves, but I've done it so many times on myself that I feel very comfortable
Just
telling
boil
our
it first.
listeners.
Boil it.
Yeah, boil your balls and then lance them. No, Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just live with it. It's all right.
I'm going to try that mirror thing.
Yeah, don't try the mirror thing. That says I had a carbuncle on my ass. You understand? I needed the mirror. I couldn't find my ass.
Oh, really?
You understand?
Yeah.
Like Commissioner Gordon with the Batcave.
Yeah.
He didn't know where it was. He knew it was in town somewhere. He just couldn't pinpoint it. That's how my ass is. All right, we will take ourselves a little break. Simon Rex is here from Jack and Jill. Dr. Barkley. Dr. Backley is filling in for Dr. Drew. And we'll be back. Yeah. This is my new favorite rock star riff. Simon Rex is our guest tonight from Jack and Jill. Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock, WB. Dr. Backley is our guest tonight. Well, our second guest. He's filling in for Dr. Drew.
And doing a damn good job.
He is doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
Got a good voice, like a DJ voice.
Yeah? You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No. He could sell.
He's got a DJ look. He has like a sort of a soft oldies kind of look to him.
Soft oldies.
We got another super set of bread coming up. You got kind of that smooth.
I like bread. I can do that.
Yeah, you're right. Right smack in the middle of our demo with that bread. Hey, Ann, when's Drew coming back? Can we get him in tonight? Or
Thanks.
Thursday? Holy Christ. Backley tomorrow night, too? No. What do we got?
One night.
What do we got tomorrow night?
Psychic medium.
Oh, psychic medium tomorrow night. Oh, I love these crazy broads. They come in here and tell everyone what they want to hear.
I see you got the host coming in of Temptation Island, Mark L. Wahlberg. He had to throw the middle initial in after the success of Marky Mark.
Right. Well, he was, I guess it is, yeah. Yeah, Mark I've known for a while, and this guy, his career had completely hit the skids. This guy had his own syndicated TV show.
I remember. What was he on? I saw his face looks familiar.
The Mark Wahlberg show. Like, he did his own daytime show.
Daytime show?
I remember he was at Nappy like 5 years ago when we were there peddling Loveline, and he had his own show, and he had like playing cards with his picture on it and the whole thing. And then I saw him a few years later. He's doing a warm-up for Win Ben Stein's Money.
Wow.
And, he really bottomed out.
It's humbling.
Now look at him. He's on the second biggest show on Wednesday night.
That's right. Second to Jack and Jill.
You're damn straight it is. I don't care what the numbers say.
Yeah, me either.
I don't care. I don't care if they personally poll every mother effer in the United States and they watch that show. It's still number 2.
Absolutely.
In the hearts and minds of the cast and crew of Jack and Jill.
We love it, man. We love it.
Absolutely. Derek?
Yeah.
You're 16?
Yeah, it's an honor to be able to, I want to be screwed up enough to call.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, first up, I made up my call since I've been, trying to get through all week. I couldn't even get through, and this is a real problem for me.
Fantastic.
Yeah. At school, there's this new Japanese exchange student that just got in. We're like a small private school.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the sophomore guys pretty much sit in the same area. This guy is, not good with English or anything, and one day we started to talk to him. He pulled out these pictures from Japan, and these really strange. He took out this picture of a whole bunch of his friends, 6, jumping on this guy and trying to take pictures of him in the kind of naked to humiliate him.
He pulled out pictures of guys jumping on him and trying to take pictures?
No, not him. He was holding the camera.
He was holding the camera.
Yeah, it was this other guy.
Right.
Yeah. They were trying to, humiliate him by taking these pictures. And it was, graphic. It was, really close up and stuff.
Of what?
Of his, the ass and everything else down there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm, kind of almost scared of this guy right now.
Yeah.
I was, in the bathroom with him alone one day, and he was, looking at me.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I'm not really making this up, man.
All right. So,
I believe him for some reason.
Can you stop going on outings with him to the bathroom? Would that be all right?
Yeah, but what I really want to know is if I should, try to, turn him in or do something.
To,
Nobody likes a snitch.
Hey.
Yeah. to haven't these people suffered enough with our sub coming underneath their fishing boats? You know what I mean? Do we really need to punish every one of the Japanese citizens?
You sound like you're hiding from them right now.
Actually, I'm hiding from my own parents. I'm not supposed to be on the phone this late.
I see. Are they Japanese?
No, they're Italian.
No, worse. Second only to the Japanese, troublemakers, Italians. Yeah, believe me, I know. Most people think I'm Jewish, but I'm not. I'm Italian. I know firsthand what troublemakers they can be, and I can speak freely about my own race. You're allowed to beat up your own race.
Yeah.
Those stinking guineas.
Thank God I'm Jewish.
Smelly, greasy paisans. Those Dagos. Yes, Dago. There you go. Wops. Yeah, they're all in the mafia, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so, yeah. Hey, Derek?
Yeah.
Why don't you just kind of steer clear of the guy?
Just don't even bother with them.
I think that'd be a good plan.
It's a normal pop culture thing in Japan to jump on another man naked. It's sort of like out here, you play Frisbee. It's the same thing. So
Right.
That's like if you went to Japan and showed a picture of a Frisbee, they might freak out and hide from you. So.
Right. Yeah, I did that once. It was a huge international scene.
Yeah.
I was caned. All right, Derek. They do that in Japan. Where do they do that caning? Was that China?
Was that
Philippines? Where's that caning going on?
Is that Bangkok or something?
Wherever it was going on, I was happy to hear it.
That was a great story.
I was fine with that. There's a little snot-nosed round eye go over there and start spray painting on stuff. Give him a good caning.
Yeah.
He's lucky he didn't get more. I'm fine with that. Tony?
Yeah.
All right, you're 16?
Yeah. Like a few weeks ago, me and these guys, we went out, we took off from school, and we got this fat chick drunk. And we took her to this house, and when she got sobered up, we told her that, we had done all sorts of sexual stuff to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we heard she went back to the place where we left from, and she was going to try to kill herself. But, she went to talk to the doctor, and they checked her out, and she was, still the virgin. She was, still a virgin.
Yeah.
My question is, can I be arrested and be sued for, making her believe in, making her ditch and stuff?
I see.
Yeah.
That's, first off, it's a wonderful tale. You should write children's books. You really should. The time we rolled this fat chick.
Very Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Why on earth did you do that?
It was just something to do.
I see.
I've been there.
to do.
We all go through that stage at one point, don't we, guys? Where you take a fat girl and then convince her that you're,
Yeah.
it's normal.
Well, listen, I've spent the better part of my life trying to convince my friends that I didn't have sex with fat girls. That was really, that's really the more plausible angle. Tony, listen, I understand. You're kind of a troublemaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
You a little bit. You'll be in jail in a couple of years, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, you got that ahead of you. Jail or worse, junior college. Right. So you're going down that road. And I understand. You got a little malicious sense of humor. That's how guys are. Now, what you did, yes, you could get in trouble for this because even if you didn't actually do the things you said you were going to do to her, you still got her drunk and you essentially sort of abducted her. And that could be, trouble in the eyes of the law. Do you have a criminal history?
Nope.
No rap sheet?
Nope.
Oh, you're way behind, buddy. What are you doing wasting time on the phone?
I don't know.
You got to go out and commit some crime.
Yeah, go get out there.
You got a rap
Yeah,
sheet.
I will.
You're running behind. Yeah. Hey, you got any older brothers or sisters that are incarcerated?
No, I'm the oldest one right now.
All right. Well, it's important for you to set a good negative example.
All right.
By going to prison early and often.
All right, then.
All right, listen, Tony. Really, seriously, don't get in trouble. Would you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why don't you, stay in school, get a job, do all that boring stuff?
I mean, that would have really sucked if she would have killed herself. Then you would have been feeling, horrible. But luckily, she didn't do that.
Wouldn't you felt bad if she killed herself?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, don't you, well, put it this way, Tony. As you know, I'm a genius. Okay, so let me tell you this. I know what it's like to be 16 and be a little bit of a screwball and have some energy and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? She could have killed herself, and I bet you may not have felt too bad about it. I really do believe that about you. It's not a compliment, but I'm being realistic, and I believe that about you. But you know what? There will come a time in your life when you will feel bad about it. You might be 35, you might have a few kids of your own, maybe you have a daughter who gets to be her age, and one day it'll pop in your head, and you'll feel real bad about it. Okay. And then it won't come out of your head.
And maybe you'll get a real
walk
fat
around
daughter.
with that.
Fat daughter.
That's right. You'll get a fat daughter, it'll remind you of it. So, don't do these things. And all of you, don't do these things because they may not bother you now, but they will bother you later on in life. It's like when Drew was photographed doing Man of La Mancha as a sophomore in high school.
Yeah,
he didn't feel bad. He didn't feel bad about it at the time, but now it haunts him.
Don't bring it up with him.
I won't. No, I'll get a sound thrashing from him if I do. All right, we will take ourselves a little bit of a break here. Simon Rex is here from Jack and Jill. Wednesday nights, WB, 9 o'clock. We'll take a break. We'll be back. There you go. Simon Rex is our guest tonight. He is from Jack and Jill.
Great show.
Fantabulous, fantastic show.
It got 4 stars out of 10.
Yes, it is a tremendous show. That's the marvelous, talented Amanda Peeten is just a wonderful individual, human being. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Backley is our guest tonight as well. He is filling in for Dr. Drew. And tomorrow night we're going to have a psychic on the show for Valentine's Day. So all you retards out there, line up your questions. And Alexandra?
Hi.
Hey, you're 15.
Hey. I just wanted to say hi to Simon Rex.
Hi.
Hey, I watch your show religiously every week.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
It's awesome. I was wondering, I heard that 2 people on the show are dating.
Yeah. Who'd you hear are dating?
Who's dating?
Hello?
Alexandra?
Yeah.
Who did you hear was dating?
I don't know. I was listening to the news, and they said they were going to tell us, but I switched off the TV and I never heard.
Oh, you poor thing. I'll fail you. I'm actually dating Jamie from the show. Jamie Presley, beautiful young girl.
Audrey?
But I don't call her that unless we're in bed.
Well.
She is beautiful, but, I called her nuts, I think, and she was going to come on this show like a couple of weeks ago, I think. Does this story sound familiar to you?
She did the TV.
Yes, I did the TV show with her. I did the Rock and Jock Bowling, I think, with her a couple of months back, and she was going to come on this show, and I think I called her nuts on the air, and sort of like publicist called, and she didn't come on.
Oh, I don't think that's the case, because when I told her she was doing this, she was excited and mentioned that she didn't mention anything about that.
Oh, maybe her publicist heard me say it or something. I've called a few people nuts, and we've had difficulty with it.
She would not care. She's cool.
Well, she is a little nuts, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, all girls are nuts, but, no more than any other girl's nuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I put her down for a little extra nuts.
No, she's a grounded chick.
I know. I get nuts, but I get grounded nuts out of her.
Yeah, she can be grounded
nuts like you put on a Sunday.
She's a passionate person.
Oh, Drew's a very passionate.
Is he nuts?
No, not in a conventional way. No.
Right.
No, he's okay. So we're all a little bit nuts.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, Alexandra.
Yeah.
You got your answer?
Yeah.
Jamie Presley.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. She's, I'll tell you, she's one stone fox, that Jamie Presley. I've seen her, and she's like in all the magazines now, all these ones that have the breakdown of the top 100 women, top 10 women, or all the bikini.
Yeah, she was ranked number 7, I think, but I told her, babe, you're number 6. For sure.
Yeah.
There's no 7.
You know how to sweet talk a gal.
It's like, come on, babe.
Yeah. You know what always screws with me with those things is Gillian Anderson will be like number 3 and some amazing piece of ass will be number 59 and I start yelling at the magazine.
Yeah.
And I start storming around the office and I wave it around over my head and I yell hoax.
Right.
I mean, that's all. I'd really like to give some of those guys a good ass kicking.
Yeah, it's a little, I don't know who's picking them, but
Jamie should definitely be on those lists and probably even higher up than she is, or lower down, as it were, because it's like a golf score. But some of the women that get in front of some of the women in that magazine, I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
I really like to talk to the homos that are making those lists sometimes. Jeanette?
Yes.
You're 22?
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Well, Saturday was my wedding day, and my fiance left me at the altar.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just something that happened in movies.
Well, Jack and Jill's about that, actually. That's the whole basis of the show.
Well, movies and TV shows. Did you were actually standing at the altar?
Yeah, it came to the point where the priest was like, "Do you take this woman to be your wife?" And he was like, "I'm sorry, I can't."
Wow.
Oh my God, that is great. I mean, bad for you, but just great.
Great to hear.
Great radio. It's huge. It's beautiful.
When was this? How long ago?
It is so...
Last Saturday.
Like
Saturday,
I said,
huh?
it's like it's out of a movie, because when people say left at the altar, I think of it as a figure of speech, meaning 2 days before the wedding he backed out or something like that. But actually standing there in front of God and family and everything, and so he said no. And what did and then what happened?
And he left, and we haven't heard from him ever since.
And he just ran out of the church?
He like walked out and left me standing there like a dumbass, and I was just...
Oh, baby. And what do you suspect is going on?
I have no idea whatsoever.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
I'll tell you, this is a blessing in disguise. It probably would have been a bad thing if it happened. That's how you got to look at it. Easy to say from my end, but that's,
Oh, that son of a bitch.
That's horrible.
But, yes, go ahead, Backley.
How long had you known him?
We were together for about 5 years.
5 years.
And we lived together for like a year.
And who wanted to get married?
We both decided, and he proposed to me.
I see. And do you think, I mean, is he an unstable guy?
No, he's still very nice and down to earth, and I don't know what went wrong.
And have you had no contact with him since Saturday?
He hasn't contacted his parents, any of his friends.
He just freaked out. Maybe maybe he'll come back, and maybe marriage was too sudden. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he'll come back. I think he had a sort of a spaz attack. But I mean, on a lighter side, how was the reception good? I mean, the food? Did you guys still eat the cake? I mean, what do you do?
Do you get to keep the gifts?
Oh, I haven't even opened any of them.
Oh my God! Oh,
that blender will just make you break down.
Oh my God! And so, what did everyone do? Did he literally said like no, and then just bolted?
He was just like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this," and he walked away.
And he walked right through the church?
Exactly.
At least he said sorry.
And everyone was it a full church?
Yes.
Was it hundreds of people?
Mm-hmm.
And did anyone from his side of the family get up and follow him out? Any of his friends or anything?
His mom and dad went running after him.
And what did they say when they came back?
They said that he didn't want to talk about it, and he just left.
And he just got in his car and drove.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys live together, right?
Yes.
So all of his things are at your house.
Uh-huh.
He's not been back to the house.
Mm-mm.
And what about his job?
Well, because he was working for his dad, and he hasn't shown up there either, and I don't know.
Are you worried about him?
I am so worried about him.
You think that he may have done something or tried to kill himself or something?
No, he's not like that, but I just want to know where he is and know that he's okay, and it's like nerve-wracking.
Yeah, at least he could call you or something, tell you he's okay.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, the reason he's not calling is because he's,
He feels
ashamed.
horrible, yeah.
And he's embarrassed as hell.
I feel embarrassed.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to own up to it.
Yeah.
And you guys have been together for 5 years.
5 years.
How old is he?
He is 26.
I see. So, wait a minute now. You were 17 and he was, 21 or something when you got together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you seen Meet the Parents?
Yes.
All right. Listen. This is the kind of thing. I got a couple. I'm going to get philosophical on your ass for a second, all right? Okay. This is horrible. It's also going to be the kind of thing that when you're married to another guy, or even this guy 5 years from now, that you're laughing about, even though you'll still be making him pay well after he's dead if you marry him. But it will be, it will work out. I mean, you don't want to potentially spend the rest of your life with someone who can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, better that he did this than you guys had 3 kids and 2 years from now this guy disappears on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know it's devastating. I know it's heartbreaking. The other thing is you're 22. I mean, you're young, maybe too young to be married. You got all the time in the world. He's just embarrassed. He's crashing out at one of his friend's house, drinking beer.
Maybe he's just kidding or something. Is it
all part of an elaborate scheme? WB put him up to it. They're probably interviewing him now in some motel.
It's some Jack and Jill promotional thing.
Right. Now this will work out. But I know it's horrible now, but this will not be a permanent scar. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think she'll be okay. It's horrible, right? It just happened Saturday, so, give it a few days.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Horrible.
Listen, somebody on her side of the family should have thrown a shoulder into him when he was walking down.
Stuck a leg out, anything.
Taking him down, and he did what my dad did when my sister got married. Cuff him, drag him back to the altar, and do it right. Slap him around a little. Give him the rag of ether, a little duct tape.
That's just horrible. Have you seen my show?
Imagine how pissed off his buddies were. Spent $129 renting that burgundy tux. You son of a bitch. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back. Well, there you have it. Another fantastic episode of Loveline. Safely stowed away in the can where it belongs.
That was great.
I want to thank Simon Ratch for coming in tonight.
Thank you for having me. I had a good time.
It was our pleasure having you, and come back anytime you like. Jack and Jill, everyone, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock, WB. Dr. Backley, thank you very much for coming in and doing a wonderful job filling in for President Dr. Drew. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Backley saying mahalo.